What's up, everybody? Welcome to hour 3 of the CanesInSight podcast, live at the Lick in Miami Gardens. It's 4:15. Get over here, get your meal on. Straight shot down 27th to the game. I know you guys are hungry on your way to the game. You're worried about how you're going to time the whole thing up. I have to spend $100 on concessions. Go to the Lick in, plenty of parking, eat. If you're not driving, drink, and then get that car over to the stadium for Miami's game against Stanford. Comments are going crazy, talking a lot about the games that have happened, insane endings to these games. Of course, we will talk some more Canes, we promise, because Stanford game is getting close. Starting to get excited, man. I think we were talking about off air, that quarterback, Branson, the fact that he's back. Veteran guy, 6th year playing college football. Big guy, has an arm. He definitely is going to make some throws. Miami's going to have to win that first quarter and really get that feeling back in that building. A lot of tickets for sale. It's not going to be your giveaway. If you need tickets, holler. But it's not going to be one of those games where I think the energy of the crowd necessarily is going to drive it early, kind of like last week with the Friday start. It's going to have to be performance on the field, setting that tone early, because Stanford's not going to go in there afraid or gun shy. They're going to come out ready to play.
Yeah, and he's taken hits this year. He's been sacked a bunch. I think we said it last week when you talk about Louisville, and you understood they did not have a great offensive line, but they were able to combat it by getting the ball out quickly. They don't have the same sort of playmakers anywhere near that Louisville had on the outside. So I think that is what is going to make things a little bit more difficult for him in this one. But you can just look at it and know that he's going to make some plays. He's going to get some third down completions that we're going to be frustrated about.
Staying in the pocket, take a hit.
Yeah, big boy, 6'3", 220, and not the most mobile guy in the world, but like you said, has played a lot of football.
Got hurt 5 years at Oregon State. Didn't played, but wasn't like
has been guy. Around. Has seen a lot of football.
Seen a lot, but I mean, a veteran. He played, I thought, pretty well when I watched him. He was injured at halftime or midway through that FSU game. Elijah Brown, the highly touted redshirt freshman, finished the game, but obviously, if you have them both healthy, you're going back to the guy that got you there. Shout out to George Blissett, our guy, always a very loyal viewer. Says we need to make a big statement tonight. Keep the pedal to the metal, no mercy. And he is hoping that we see his grandson, Brock Schott, the freshman from Indiana, get in the game. And how many times we get on this podcast, we talk about who's going to add some speed. We think about all the different wide receivers, and we say, which wide receiver is going to add some speed and big playability to the room? Brock Schott is a guy that has big playability. Obviously, he's a freshman. That's a tough position to play early as a freshman, just because you got to block, you got to catch, you got to run routes, you got to do a lot of stuff. But definitely, Brock Schott, someone with a lot of speed, and I'm excited to see his future as a Hurricane. And it'd be awesome if you can get him into a game like this.
Yeah, we saw him against USF, right? And I think we keep going back to it. The first 2 hours, we've referenced what in a best case scenario this game looks like, and I think it's something similar to USF, where you're able to get the Brock Schotts of the world in there, the Luka Gilberts as well at the same position that have gotten in there and had some snaps. Brock Schott had a good couple moments against, was that Bethune that game that he had some touches in also. So
well.
That is what you would love to see, and I think Brock Schott's a perfect example of someone who could benefit from it because. Listen, as a young guy, he goes through his first camp, and I think now, obviously not having played as much, you want to make sure when he gets in there that the confidence is where it needs to be, right? So if he can get a couple catches in this game, hopefully when Miami's up, multiple scores there, and you get him the ball out in space, maybe you throw him a screen, right, and just get him the ball and let him work upfield with it. So you make sure his confidence is in the right place, that once maybe you really do need him, if an injury happens, or maybe he starts to earn enough confidence through his play, and when he does get the football, that it makes you say we need to give him the ball more. We need to get him involved in other ways.
And you've seen it, Pete, when they have some success. Now it's like, okay, well, I'm here, and they get more targets and become a bigger part of the game plan. Practice looks a little different. So, yeah, if you're asking what I want to see today against Stanford, obviously we want to see a win, right? This is a team that beat Florida State last week. We lost last week. Don't need to say too much more than we got to win the game. But I'd love to, and we talked about clean play, turnovers have to come back to earth. The penalties have to come back to earth, and the ability of the passing game, short and intermediate, to make the defense pay. So we talked about all these things. But really that other component is, man, if we can get some players that have not made a huge impact to this point to break through, to show some athleticism, show some playmaking ability, either side of the ball, just some new blood, that's going to help in a season that you're hoping is going deep into January. I mean, this is a long season.
Yeah, can a Booker Pickett go out there and make a play, right? Maybe he gets a nice opportunity on a second and long, a third and long, and he tees off and gets to the quarterback. We know what Bryce Fitzgerald has done.
Yep.
Why can't a guy like Dylan Day be in the mix? Because and someone mentioned him on the show yesterday, I believe, that they haven't seen him. I think he's actually played. I don't know what the actual snap count is after he was suspended for the first half last week.
Targeting.
And then of course you're in that kind of dogfight that you're in, and the defense did kind of get themselves back on track there. So they didn't really get him in the mix there, but he had goal line snaps against Notre Dame. Yeah. He had, I think against Florida, had some good plays. Yeah. And from scrimmage too, not just in special teams.
Yep.
So he's someone who I think flies underneath the radar because Jacoby Thomas has been so good this year.
Excellent.
Poyser has continued to get better and better, which I gotta say, the comment section was going pretty hard on him after the first 2 weeks.
I thought too early. I mean, we've seen some bad safety play. We've seen a lot of very damaging safety plays. As Alabama, man, their run defense is not what it used to be. So I don't think Poyser was ever like. I mean, think about last year. Poyser, the way he played, what people were criticizing, was still much better than what we saw at large parts of last year.
But my point is that Dylan Day, I think, can be a forgotten man at times, and I think he could be a real impact player. Impact maybe is a strong word, but I think is I'll say a reliable rotational piece that I think he has impact plays in him. Yeah. I think the hits I think he can be a guy who forces a fumble. I think he's a guy who just kind of lays a big hit that energizes the team.
He's got ball skills.
He's got ball skills. I mean, in one-on-ones, from what I would see in practice, he was actually really solid against some of these tight ends and some of the slot guys he would have to face. So he's someone that I'm excited about. I think that's another one that I'd look at here in a game like this, that you expect Miami to be more athletic across the board, more physical than this team. And maybe he gets loose on a play and makes a difference.
We're seeing some comments from George Blissett. Marquise Lightfoot is another one, man. You talk about Marquise Lightfoot as
South Carolina,
just
big play.
Alabama. So yeah, with Marquise Lightfoot, does he have a 2-sack game? What are the numbers? Is like a true game that he, I don't say takes over. It'd be nice if he just kind of has a stretch where he's just really rocking and rolling. We've seen flashes from him. He's got speed. He can change direction. He's been used to drop as well, which I don't think you have to worry about too much in this particular game with neither quarterback. On the quarterback run is not a huge part of what they're trying to do. I think just let them get after it. Really, the challenge is going to be them running right at him and dealing with that. A little more size with Stanford, although the running game's not this year what has been in the past. Just looking at some of the stats as we watch. Man, is this Alabama? Oh, great.
Just as you were, they're hearing you all the way down here in Miami Gardens.
Yeah, incomplete pass, but they're not physical. They're good. Their passing game is sick. They have some good players on defense, but they're just not a physical team, like run defense wise. Like in terms of just running the ball hard and stopping the run. I don't see the ability to just. And I don't know if it's the ability or the commitment, because there's times Caden Proctor's huge. I mean, you have size up front. You should be able to just impose your will and run the ball if you're Alabama. They haven't done it. I don't know if it's because of, Kellen Borges would rather throw with his great quarterback and great receivers like he did at Washington. If they don't run it and they don't stop the run. And I don't know when that's going to catch up to him. We'll see if it's today.
Sellers he just glides away from people, though. It's crazy.
I will say he doesn't look comfortable. Last year, you saw him when it was time to run, he would run and kill you. When he wanted to pass, he would pass. Now it just seems there's some indecisiveness, which is, I think, slowing him down. And the accuracy hasn't been that great either.
Oh, look at this. So this shot I'm now getting, shout out to Canes Cat C305 just texted me this tweet. He's like the background producer kind of.
Shout out.
So he just sent me this. This is from the locker room right now. Up close look. And,
post it.
And are they? Hold on.
Are
they in on the conspiracy theories here? Are they in on? You know what? I just think they just know who people wanna see here.
The click machine.
And it's really more about the jerseys themselves because it's a real good look at it. But here we go from the locker room. This is from WQAM.
Let's go.
An up close look at the uniforms.
Over 12
over 12 and a half snaps.
Josh
Moore.
Ray.
Man, you gotta love it. They really give the people what they want to see, huh? So that means they'll be dressing out. Where's Dalen Upshaw's uniform?
You're starting rumors?
I'm not starting rumors. But okay, the uniforms look better there than in the photo that we saw earlier on ESPN. You're right. Maybe the lighting was a bit off there, but these look cool here.
Listen, I'll say
they're very camo though.
If we run the ball and throw the ball well and tackle well, they're gonna look good. If we play bad, they're gonna look horrible. Shout
out to our boy Julio de la Mata. He's live in Spain, texting us now. We are live from the Licking Miami Gardens. We're right down the street. We've been here since about 12:30, live streaming, man. And this is what we do every Canes game day, every Canes home game, I should say. We're hanging out here all day, and we're starting to get sad, man, because we only got a couple more of these left. Like it set into me. I turned to you and I was like, wait, how many games do we have left?
I hope we can use this room when it's like just a normal like NFL Sunday or something.
I was gonna say, man. I think that we need to. I think we need to set something up, man. Definitely for one of these. Maybe we do something signing day related here. Maybe we do the signing day show live from the Licking. We gotta maybe get that one set up. It would be better than doing it from the studio. I'll tell you that much.
I like that. Oh, signing day from the Lickings. That's an easy one. Canes Jones saying it was good, fellas. P got to hang out in the spaces. Yeah, I was out there with Canes Jones. Shout out. That was a great one. Your boy, Balin Trujillo, we got to get him on the show. He was going hard for Darion Coleman in there. So great group. Canes
did you confront? Did you give your opinion on the transfer? I
was talking exactly how I would talk here. But, at the same time, excited to see what Darion Coleman could do. To me, that's what you do, though. You go, like the discussion was, you go and get the Arch Manning price tag kind of first guy. I said, no, get a guy that has something different about him. Obviously, there's a reason why they're ranked lower. Maybe they're not as big in case of Coleman. Maybe they don't play football year-round, so they're not as polished as some other guys. But if they have something that you think has upside and can really be dynamic for you, some traits that fit what you want to do, you get the player. If you got to trust the kid also, the player, the instincts, the way they work, you get the kid. And then portal-wise, we'll see. Now, my boy Sellers is not really throwing the ball that well. But I think that's, you kind of got to get these guys on the bounce back too.
I got to say, our boy Nick Canino astutely makes the observation from the video that we just showed with JoJo Trader and Josh Moore's uniforms, saying just seems like it's in number order. Yes, that appears to be the case in there. That's the beauty of the bait, though.
But they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh man!
So the clickbait artists, you approve what they did?
Yeah, it was well done by them.
I threw the most classic BS Twitter post, which is the eyes quote tweeting the thing.
Listen, that will get it done. Sometimes you just got to stick with the bread and butter in those sort of situations. Even though I will say, I woke up in a different mode today because I threw some bait out there.
Let's see this.
And the bait was biting because I woke up in a mode today. And it's not a mode that any man would willingly want to enter into, because this is a mode that you get into when the going gets tough. And what mode am I talking about, D?
I'm trying to pull up the thumb. I'm not as good a producer as you.
The mode. It's a dangerous mode.
Here we go.
You know what? You can't really. Yeah, you're gonna have to zoom in. Let me see if you can.
There you go. See, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
It's got the clickbait.
So here
there
it is.
Save it.
Run the damn ball. Saban/Kehoe mode, man. The great Art Kehoe and Nick Saban combining into one mode is a scary mode, and that's the mode I woke up in.
RTDB, SKN, baby, let's go. Yeah, I gotta say, so this is one of your best clickbaits you've done. I love that. I texted you when I got up. The views are okay, but I think this is really like this is your artistic expression is what this is. You know, it's like when you do one for the hardcore fans of the clickbait.
Yeah, you know, I think when Lil Wayne introduced auto-tune into, well, not, he really popularized auto-tune. It was, some people really didn't like it, but now you see all of the artists using it. And it's a trend-setting sort of situation. Sometimes you just got to throw some stuff up there and the trend sets itself. So with all that being said, Saban/Kehoe mode might be here to stay.
Let's go. That's what we need. Let's run the ball, man. 18 attempts last week. I think a lot of factors went into it in terms of the turnovers, the penalties on early downs, the fact that it was not very effective. We've heard a lot of comments about the insistence on running between tackles. So it's RTDB, SKM, baby. Let's go. Wow, big 2nd and 17 run by Alabama. Looks like might be coming back for a flag. Before when you were explaining SKM, SK mode, this was a tremendous play by Dylan Stewart. He basically going back. Dylan Stewart and South Carolina's front is causing some problems for Alabama in terms of pass protection, run blocking. Here they get let's see the hold. I mean, that was still a nice hole. That's a tough penalty.
It's a tough one.
But the play before that, Dylan Stewart just he almost took the handoff. And then you've seen 46, Brian Thomas, giving some problems to Caden Proctor, a much bigger player. Brian Thomas, I believe, originally from Orlando, Windermere. Number 46 for South Carolina, smaller defensive end than Stewart, but he's been causing problems for Proctor too. So here we go. 2nd and 25, probably. Let's see what they do here. Dylan Stewart, you can see he's ready to hunt. This guy and Bain got to be the 2 best defensive ends in the country. And that's not breaking news, but I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that would compare. Meaning at the quarterback, 46 and 6.
44. Nice play. Nice bat down. You got a barn burn over here, though, Missouri and Vanderbilt.
Ooh, big run by Bo.
Tough run.
This is a good game. I agree with you, Pete. The SEC, people have talked about it. It's not breaking news, but the parity of this conference is really – it's like the Big 12 on a much higher level. There's a lot of teams that are good. No one that's dominant, but they're all –
and even in South Carolina, you know that they have a player in Sellers and enough talent they could beat anyone on a given day.
They look good. I mean, honestly, they shouldn't be down 7-3. It was a drop pass that got intercepted. Oh, there you go. Short.
Hassan asking if we think Stewart will hit the portal. I don't have any insight on the situation. I would think that there's probably a good chance of it just because
if there's coaching turnover.
Yeah, I'm assuming there's going to be a coaching change there, which isn't a guarantee, but I think that's probably going to be the case there with Beamer. And you know what he would command on the open market. So I just think you also have to see who's going to be there, end up being their head coach. But I don't see South Carolina landing too well in the scope of these jobs. Like, where are they going to be in the totem pole with these jobs? So I don't know who they're going to get, as Missouri looks like they're going to – might be a flag there. But
yeah, I mean, we're talking about the pecking order. That's going to be interesting because, we had the whole conversation about Auburn, right? We had the whole conversation about Vanderbilt, right? Where do some of these teams fit in? South Carolina has had some good players go there. Is that a product of Beamer kind of bringing them there that didn't typically go there? I mean, Dylan Stewart's from D.C. It's interesting. If you look at, to me, the guys that I'm watching, if there is coaching turnover, and I'm just throw out 2 ideas that I have no inside info. I know as much as you do. Beamer goes to Virginia Tech, or Beamer gets fired and goes to Virginia. However it goes, some way there's a coaching change to South Carolina. Deion Sanders is someone who has had health issues. His kid's not there anymore. Neither of his kids are there. You could see a path out for him. Not just a quitter, but he's had serious health issues. It's hard to be in Boulder, Colorado with all that stuff going on. It's difficult. The 2 best players that would be you'd be watching at that point, Pete, Jordan Seaton from Washington, D.C., Dylan Stewart from Washington, D.C. And I pointed out to say, unless they go to Maryland, which Maryland's had success with those guys, but they didn't get them out of high school. like they're kind of regional free agents. Like anybody can get those guys.
Yeah.
So if you're asking me like, and they're both probably top 10 talents if you look at just
I
ability.
expect Oregon to make runs at those guys. Like Oregon, I see very similarly to Miami in the portal is that they're going to be aggressive with the top guys, and they have the ammo to win national sort of battles like
Dylan
that.
Thieneman,
Yeah.
right? A Midwest guy going out to Oregon. So, yeah, I'm with you, Pete. That's going to be a team to watch. There's going to be a lot of teams. Everybody's going to want to get those guys, right? Those guys are unreal. But I just find it interesting as Pregula makes a nice run to at least get the field goal a little closer. Those two jump out as if you're talking about portal feeding frenzy, this guy is going to have probably the best player as far as that position ever entered the portal. Damon Wilson, really good. Who's the best player defensive end through the portal? Walter Nolan was a good at defensive tackle. He was a good one. I'm sure I'm missing somebody.
Well, I mean,
could this be? Wow. Major.
It's turning out Romello Height was a pretty big one. I mean, I don't think we looked at him the same way now, looking back on it. David Bailey was also a big one, but that's a Stanford guy, former Stanford guy right there, and David Bailey.
Yeah. They lost a lot. It's amazing they're as competitive as they are. You see how this was a critical missed tackle here. Look at this. This is a 5-yard gain. Turns into a 20-yarder. Converted the first down. That is brutal if you're South Carolina.
Wow, man. Let me tell you something. It's getting worse for me in the New Mexico State. We have more. We have more people who are at my neck here.
Explain to them what's
going
going
on.
I
apologize once again to the New Mexico State community. I made a comment on my show the other day live from LaMelo's Meat Market that I was talking about Canes Hoops shooting guard True Henderson and now I'm messing his name up. True Washington, excuse me. I don't know. I was thinking Shelton Henderson, but it's this tweet right here. Someone said they're a fan of the podcast. Our boy 505 Roots said I have to point something out. True Washington went to University of New Mexico, not New Mexico State. We love our Lobos, and it's important we are not confused with our rival. Respectfully, Lobo Nation. I have a ton of respect for Lobo Nation. And then I got, I have to really keep the second comment off the screen because it's a little nasty. But we have someone sounding off on me as well here that the same error was made. And yeah, like I said, there's some nasty comments in there. So I apologize to Lobo Nation.
So
you never know who's listening.
Turnover here for Alabama. South Carolina brings some pressure. Oh, here we go. Alan Barney, don't worry. New Mexico resident here. Most of us are just excited New Mexico gets mentioned. Shout out to Alan Barney. Shout out to Lobo. Man, Lobo Nation is deep. He is deep.
I remember my dad told me one of the best trips he ever went on, and when he was a college student, was to Albuquerque. And he watched the Miami-Florida State game there one year, and it was an interesting place for him. So
do they call it the Pack of Lobos? The Pack?
Yeah, I think it's the Pack. I think it's a pack of Lobos. Yeah, but be careful, D. You might have to do some apologizing soon if it's not the Pack.
Yeah, seriously. Let me know what the Lobo Nation goes to. The Pack. There it is. You're saying Lobo Nation, Cloud Fleet. Man, this first few plays here, first drive from Miami, I really do think is going to be pretty important. I know it's not Notre Dame where it's like the whole world's watching and you got to, the competitive level so high, but man, you would hate to see Miami just play down to kind of the energy of the crowd. I'm not expecting a big crowd. It's going to have to be play driven. And you're facing a team, that they're not going to just quit early in this game. They're going to compete. But we talked about in the last show, their past defense, just going over some stats for those who didn't watch the pregame show. Stanford, really from a statistical standpoint, 107th in opponent yards per pass attempt. Not a team that is very good against the pass, 104th in opposing yards per play. So it's not a stout defense, at least to this point in the year. 81st in scoring defense, 112th in takeaways. You just turned it over 4 times, 85th in sack percentage. So again, this defense does not rank high, nor does the offense rank high. But discipline-wise, they're going to be on point. The names to watch, we mentioned just some 4-star type talents that are emerging later. C.J. Williams, former Mater Dei kid. bounced around. Signed with USC out of high school, bounced around. Now at Stanford, their top receiver, number 3, had a really, really good game against Florida State. Good size, kind of like a CJ Daniels type receiver. Another CJ was CJ Williams. Not that level, but that style of play. Sam Roush, tight end, number 86. Number 11 tight end on the composite, 4-star player from Nashville. 6'5", 260, 282 yards. Typical Stanford tight end, maybe not the NFL upside of the top guys, but somebody that looks like those guys, former high recruit, has size, can catch, inline blocker. Not someone you would say is a receiving tight end or a blocking tight end, sort of in the middle. Not overly dynamic, but not like a loaf. This guy, you could see him potentially getting a chance at the pros, former 4-star player. And then at Cole Tab, number 33. They've had multiple running backs, but this guy was the one that caught my eye the most. 5'8", 200 pounds, out of Fort Walton Beach, which is the Florida Panhandle. 118 yards against FSU. A guy with some lateral quickness, a guy that can break some tackles, some balance. So those would be the names to watch for me from Stanford. But again, you heard me rattle off those stats. This is not a defense that even ranks high statistically and looks bad on tape. Louisville ranked high statistically, and I saw them on tape. I said, I don't know if that's going to hold up against Miami. They're not as big and physical as like a Notre Dame or Florida. And obviously, I was wrong. That defense made some incredible plays to take the ball away. But with Stanford, they don't even, rank decently well. They rank pretty poorly. So if you're Miami, you have to get the offense on track in this game. This is the offense make right game. This is the chance to get guys going, get guys the ball, make explosive plays, and really feel good about what you're doing on offense.
I'll tell you what, dude, we've been watching these games, man, and John Mateer looking a little funny in the light.
7 people, and they got worse competition coming up. So,
yeah.
This might not be the bottom for that. Good player, bad system. He's getting hit a lot. Not bad system, but bad. You're developing your offensive line. You can't run the ball. They had one nice run that helped them out there in that game, but they weren't consistently running like you would like an offense led by a running quarterback like John Mateer to do. That should be one of the better running attacks in the country with his ability to run. But
I don't know if it's the SEC speed is making him look a little bit more pedestrian. I mean, he still is athletic, obviously. I see him moving around, making guys miss out there, but it just doesn't seem like he can do the same sort of stuff. And also, they're not going to run him as much as he did before because he had, 820-something yards last year, 15 touchdowns.
15 touchdowns.
He had, how many carries did he have last year? He had, he still has carried the ball. He carried the ball 13 times today, 14 against Texas. So he's still carrying the ball.
And some of those might be like scramble balls, where he's getting it past the line of scrimmage, but he didn't necessarily.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how many times he carried it last year, but I would imagine they try to limit the amount of hits he's taking. But
you might have a problem with South Carolina.
178 carries last year. That's a lot.
Here's my problem with South Carolina's offense. And I don't know if this is something they promised sellers, when he potentially could have gone in the portal, and the fact that they have pro-style offensive coordinators. But, if I had a guy this size, why is he not running at the same volume as a Tebow, as a Cam Newton? This guy's a real runner, and he's handing it off on 3rd and 1. He handed off again. They got it because he took the defensive end away. But, I want that guy just plowing. Tim Tebow, you knew he was getting the ball every single time. Why not do the same with this guy? He's more powerful and faster.
I'm with you. I just also understand there's probably an element to it in terms of promises being made and you want to develop the quarterback and you want to give him the best chance to be, because you understand the kid had the opportunity to probably go places this offseason. And part of the plan was we are going to have a system that is a very more pro style that could help you get ready for the next level. You have Mike Shula, who has been around the pro game. So he was the one who a lot of people give credit for. He was with Cam Newton, right? It was him and Dorsey with Cam Newton. So, I would think that would be the pitch, and I think that's probably why you don't see him carrying the ball 30 times a game, because his people probably said, if you have him carrying the ball 25 times a game, then we're gonna pull him from here.
Yep.
So I think that's probably part of it.
I think you're right. Bad miss here. They're not that.
If we were playing the video game, we were playing college football, then yes, that would be the play.
Or just trying to win. College football games, but now you got to balance the business of college football. That to me is, I think, where because they had it for 3 years and you said that year, they're like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. 3rd and 14. They need to get back in field goal range here. Big play for South Carolina. I'm not impressed with Alabama. Alabama's defense isn't bad. Like, if you look at Washington when DeBoer went to the championship, Alabama's defense is way more talented, way better. But the personality of the team reminds me of that. Look at the power of this dude, man.
No, even to get that play back to the line of scrimmage.
He had 4 guys on him.
Yeah.
But just, you see, it just doesn't look in sync, this offense.
It also, though, I'm not saying that he's better than Anthony Richardson was.
I think so.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
A lot of people are making that. I don't see that same situation with him.
And weren't there dedication issues with Anthony Richardson? I don't want to start rumors, but he pulled himself out of a game. Like, I don't know. This guy, what you hear is like not only like clean, like no issues, but like glowing about the sellers, how he is. So like guys, it's like Josh Allen. When
He's gonna have a tough decision.
Learn.
He's gonna have a tough decision though. I'll say this because I still think that even though he's not having a good year, he still goes first round with his traits. Yeah. He could be selling himself short, or maybe he is Anthony. Maybe he is closer to Anthony Richardson than we think, and he exposes himself more by coming back. That could also be in play here. And that's why the QB decisions are so nuanced. I think we saw Garrett Nussmeier has hurt himself this year. He's put himself under the microscope more just by playing more games. And that's why, yes, the starts is an important indicating factor, I think, for success at the next level.
Right,
but
it's how you play.
That's also why guys go when the iron's hot.
You're not wrong, but I'll give you an example of kind of both of us being right on it, which would be Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy, the more he played, because Brock Purdy was a pretty hot name when he was a young player, remember? And then the more he played, we're like, kind of Brock Purdy, he's up and down. And then he got drafted. He was Mr. Irrelevant. Now, when he got in the league, he was more ready to play, I think, because of those starts. But to your point, Pete, you kept finding flaws in Brock Purdy the more he played and the further down he went down the board. To me, I would be more err on the side of producing in the NFL, because if you're a good NFL quarterback, you're going to get paid more than, first round. You're going to NIL money anyways.
Pavia. Oh, my goodness. No.
There's flags everywhere.
Yeah, but you got to see first of all, he stiff-armed the defensive lineman. You got to see this. He stiff-armed the D lineman. Wow. That is crazy. And then obviously cuts it back.
They threw a ton of flags on that one. There were like multiple penalties, man.
Makeout Florida says, can you talk about our chance of getting Chambliss? He's better than Sellers.
I don't know why they would pay. If Chambliss is starting,
why would he leave Ole Miss when if he wants to just follow Lane somewhere? Then I would. It's either he's probably going to stay at Ole Miss or follow Lane. I don't. And doesn't he need to apply for another year of eligibility or something? Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't think that's officially settled yet.
D2, but yeah, maybe he would have to, but he would want to, I would think, because he's more of a college guy. I'm not saying he won't get a chance, but he definitely wants to play more.
You're getting questions about this Canes baseball scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't know what happened this one. We recorded a show after the last one, which I'm going to put out later today. So check that one out. Canes Cat. We'll talk about the scrimmages that we have seen. Let's see what's going on.
And So apparently David Stone said you're a little quieter now than before to Lane. Lane Kiffin said that to David Stone.
You got him.
Yeah. That was interesting.
I don't know why he's talking to him. Did he talk to him first?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that one out. I guess more will come out from that one. 2nd
and goal for Diego Pavia on the 16 here. I think we're a little behind.
They said they need to get Pavia a restraining order against Manziel. Would never let my star player around that guy. I think Vandy's soaking up all the attention they can get right now, honestly.
They should.
As they should.
They should.
These are
Canes Cat says Lane said David Stone was talking to him before the game that he wouldn't score on him. So I guess he talked to him.
Did Lane say it in his in his thing after that?
I guess they're asking about it.
Maybe they probably asked about it after. So
big time pressure from Alabama on 4th and 12. Nice
That's
throw
a good
by
throw,
Sellers.
man.
That guy's got a gun,
the way he
man.
drove that one was just nice. Yeah.
Sellers, I'm telling you, you put this guy in Miami's offensive line with Miami's running game. And look, I understand Miami's not run the ball good the last 2 games. That's a real running game. You give it some of those. Who do you want? Like, imagine if it's now. We're not going to probably have Fletcher next year if he keeps playing well, but who knows? But anyone pick any big running back, and you have Sellers or him, and and the offensive line is leaning on you. That's not fun. That's not fun for a defense.
Little Jaden
Travis
Ball.
is saying no. I know Travis is all Judd. The Judd coronation. He's ready for it.
Little Jaden Ball in the backfield next year, maybe that'd be nice.
This is what they got to do. Just run them. Look at this guy run, man. I'm telling you, this guy's a monster. Come on, bro. What are we talking about here? This guy's a beast.
Flag. But I mean, yes, it doesn't take away what.
But that's what I would be doing more. Their whole offense should be him running. And I don't say that like as a criticism. Like you had, hold on, South Carolina. That's a shame. But you had Tim Tebow. You had Cam Newton, Vince Young, who I think was even more of a passer than some of the guys.
I guess it would be. I guess the blueprint is the Cam Newton offense with the Panthers the year that they went all the way. Obviously, the NFL figured it out, and they were able to end up stopping it. But because he threw, but he was such a threat in the run game that his passing numbers were ridiculous that year still too. But he was just you had to have an extra guy in the box because of his threat to run. So eventually, they just really forced him to try to beat him with his arm. But that's probably the blueprint of what you want to do with Sellers there.
What's up, Chris? What's going on? Go Canes. Go Marlins. I think so. Look, we're a little behind. It's like I get nervous that we're going to praise one of these guys. They're going to throw like a pick six.
Yeah, right.
And everyone's going to know while we're saying it. Oh, that's a brutal play on first and 20. Ugh. You go from that touchdown run to, big kick for Vanderbilt. 3-3. That's a rock fight out there. Good defense being played. 2 minutes left in the second. 3-3.
Yeah, we're behind, Travis says. Canes Cat Seat 305 wants your thoughts on Auburn winning.
Quarterback improvement, man. I mean, Jackson Arnold was struggling. Auburn has a good team. When you look at them, you have theoretically a good offensive line. No Connor Lewis out for the year. Xavier Chaplin's been up and down, but when he's playing, he's a big physical guy with athleticism. The receivers are as good as it gets. Your running back is good. You had a ton of production in the running game. It was time. You brought in Ashton Daniels, who had starting experience in the portal, knowing that this moment might come where you needed him. He delivered what he needed to deliver. I still want to know what's going on with Deuce Knight because Deuce Knight, to me, is an extremely talented player, maybe doing in some packages.
There was something weird going on there when we were talking about Cam Newton. Cam Newton and him were kind of like getting into it a little bit when he came in.
With who?
With Deuce Knight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You want to wear 2?
Yeah, and then like Cam Newton kind of had like a monologue about like why he can't wear 2, and like it was a little bit like weird, but
hey, listen, he deserves that pride. Like I was a one-man team.
No, I kind of respect Cam for doing it, but it kind of seemed like Deuce Knight didn't even think anything of it.
Yeah,
so.
He was trying to honor him.
Yeah.
Holding call. This is a slop fest here with South Carolina, Alabama, just trading penalties.
So Texas is tied with Mississippi State. The Steve Sarkisian rumors are already getting to them, huh?
Man, how's Arch doing? Let's say what's the stat line?
3 for 5, 70 yards. Looked like he had a big throw on the first drive.
But you know what? I mean, really, this is why Miami needs to continue to do what they're doing as far as recruiting offensive line. You see Texas offensive line struggling. We just got to keep doing that because the more you can build that reputation as, hey, we're going to have good offensive lines every year. It's not 1 year of a good one, 1 year of a bad one. We have a good one every single year. If you're a quarterback, you're saying, man, I'm tired of getting hit. I see Cam Ward on TV. I see Carson Beck on TV. I'm watching this Sellers game. They just got no chance with this team.
I got to say, looking at Texas's schedule here, it's funny how quickly things can turn around. I mean, they beat Oklahoma a couple weeks ago. They beat Kentucky in a tight one last week. They have Mississippi State now. Then they have Vanderbilt next week. So
they'll be underdog.
They'll be the underdog. But if they can win that one, going into the game against Georgia with some momentum, at Georgia. So it would be the second time that Georgia lost at home this year, which would be unlikely. But if they win this game and beat Vanderbilt, they would have some serious momentum going into that game. And then it becomes a one-game season against Texas A&M there at the end of the season.
Or if they lose Mississippi State, and then they got to go deal with Vanderbilt.
Yeah, no, it can.
They got to go to Georgia and then Texas A&M sitting. There's a tough schedule, man.
SEC
is no joke, man. Conference play is tough because, I mean, we played Florida. It was not like when Texas played Florida. I mean, Texas couldn't block Florida even a little bit. Florida really didn't. I mean, Beck had a poor game, but it's not like Florida was hitting Beck a lot. I mean, it wasn't that kind of game. We ran the ball when we needed to.
Grizz says, is Vandy really going to flip Jared Curtis? You saw the Jared Curtis. We should have been talking about this on Group Chat Sports. He visited this week Vanderbilt, and then he's going to be there for the game this weekend. If I'm Jared Curtis, I go to Vanderbilt.
100%. Georgia's throwing the ball well.
But it's what we talk about, D. I just feel like we said it last week on the show. If I'm a young quarterback, you are probably going to have a better chance of coming in and starting at Vanderbilt.
Yep, right away.
As opposed to Georgia. I'm not 100% sure what Georgia has in that room, but I know that Gunnar has another year outside of that. But if it came to it, they're going to probably be looking at the portal, right? Even though they've done it their way now for a few years, but they also have they've been very strong in their belief in doing it that way, right? So I just think go to a Vanderbilt, be given the keys right off the bat, and again, you go flourish right off the bat. You do well. If not, listen, I think Vanderbilt's in a good enough spot that you can really. I think that's a good move for him, man.
Yeah, the coach
you're from there.
Transfer.
You're from there. You'd be the man. I think he's probably sees how cool it is for Pavia, all the attention.
Wow, big play here. Is this Kevin Coleman?
Is it? Yeah.
Kevin Coleman, if you guys remember, this was a receiver that was, I believe, from St. Louis. He was from the
same school as Jeff Thomas.
Same school as Jeff Thomas. Yep. Very quick, talented player, smaller guy. He was going to commit to Mario in Miami during that transition class on national TV for the All-American game, had all the crystal balls. And I had nowhere committed to Deion in Jackson State. He was the first one to do it, I think, before Hunter. Maybe it was after Hunter. I don't remember. But he did it. Actually, it was after Hunter. He did it to us. We thought we were going to get him. Goes to Jackson State. Then he transfers, I believe, to Louisville. Went somewhere else, I think.
Yeah,
he's been everywhere.
He went to he went somewhere else last year, yeah.
And now in Missouri and playing really, really
good
football.
Mississippi State?
He's one of their main players.
Was he
Might have Mississippi State.
Yeah, Mississippi State last year. Yep.
What's his stats? He's been every time I watch him, he makes some plays. Says it's another.
Wow, 44 catches this year already.
Yeah, he's amazing.
449, but only 10.2 yards a catch.
He's like that slot guy for him. I mean, I don't think Pregame is the best passer in the world.
And he had a good year at Mississippi State last year too. By the way, it's not like he didn't have a good. He had 74 catches there last year.
Yeah, no, he gets both. He gets open. So Missouri, that's an interesting game. Grizz saying Vandy they do have good skill guys. They're talented, man. You watch these teams play, these SEC teams. If you took the uniforms off the helmet, it's not like you're saying, "Oh, it's a nice run by Pregame." That's what he does, though. Oh, I got a hold. Oof, and the holds are killing these teams. But Pete, if you took the helmets off of these teams that we're watching, I'm talking Missouri, Vanderbilt, LSU, Alabama, Georgia. I mean, if you took the uniforms off and just gave them standard uniforms, you're going to be.
We have breaking news here. I'm sorry, but Hassan, our boy, he says Gavin Mueller is at the Hard Rock. He's huge, the tight end.
Yeah, he's visiting. Let's watch. Oh, Pete, Leg brought him up.
Let's see if it works or not. Remember, sometimes the internet.
Are you able to pull it up?
I can try, but it's been shaky the last.
Let's see what we got here. I'm going to try to pull up the latest highlights from Gavin Mueller. So Gavin Mueller's a guy I love. Great size. Basketball player, plays all over the field when it comes to football, new to the game from the Chicago area. So I think that's a fit in a lot of ways. Fits as far as a late riser, commit to Colorado, but he's a late rising kind of player. Again, think of how many tight ends we're talking about here. New to the game, basketball player, a lot of physical tools. Look at this guy playing quarterback. Let me see if this comes out. Yep. I'm going to rewind this because I got to see this again. Pete, look at this. Look at this dude playing quarterback, Gavin Mueller. I mean, this is a real athlete. I mean, look at this dude. Chicago, look, this is not the best competition in the world. Chicago produces a lot of players. Think about Marquise Lightfoot. Think about Justin Scott as far as connections from Chicago. I mean, this guy is an athlete, man. And he's huge. I am a huge fan of Gavin Mueller. I really am. I think this guy's a stud. Look at this. This is last week. Pete, what are you talking about here, man? This guy's is a dude.
That's a big boy, a quarterback.
I see him with the pull of his basketball highlights in the second thing we did on an earlier show. The guy was throwing down alley-oops. I mean, look at that. Look at his quickness. He looks good out there.
No, I'm all in on him. He's wearing that number 1. Looks real good on him.
Boom. Now the competition again, but he does what you're supposed to do against the competition. Just straight dominates.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And Ty Simpson's a good quarterback. He scored. How many touchdowns did he score in this game? Holy moly!
This is all one game, man. Wow. I mean, it's 21-7 right now. So here he is a tight end.
I got to give it a Pete Golly. Look at that. Nice block in there. He's got the size for sure. Hands catch, lateral quickness.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like how
hands. I mean, he's a good runner. Like sometimes these basketball players are not good runners, you know.
Yeah. And he's like dipping his hips there. You see him like dropping the shoulder, like changing directions. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, very nice. Blake Stewart about to flip the Vandy as a secret visitor. Is that the word? We'll see.
That would be a horrible loss because Miami.
No, that'd be bad.
Has wanted him.
That would be bad.
So we got a few more minutes here, D, before we wrap things up.
Here's the Blake Stewart story. Yeah, they're saying secret visit to Vandy. May flip there. You got to work it. He sounds like he's up for grabs.
Yeah. I would expect Miami to go pretty strong there, but
there's a strong chance it gets done today from Robbie Weinstein.
That'd be bad. That would be bad.
It wouldn't shock me just knowing that he's that kind of academic kind of guy. No, they got to get that one done. Just like I got excited about Gavin Mueller, right? To bring me down to earth. We'll see. It's still early.
Yeah. How are we feeling, D? We got 2 hours till game time here.
I feel good. Look, I'm not exactly breaking news here. Carson Beck, 4 interceptions, talked about all week. Facing adversity off the field as far as just people kind of getting back to doubting. It'd been a love fest for Carson Beck. He'd been playing great. Everything was good. Wow, nice play by Ty Simpson. Everything was good. Wow. Sorry, I keep getting it. Number 4 for Alabama is having a day. Who's that? But Carson Beck, heard all week how bad he was. 4 interceptions. He's seen not only underthrows and just not executing picture perfect, but some overly aggressive decisions when he had great options underneath. I think he's got to get back to kind of who he is, which is chop him up, make good decisions, have good protection, let your receivers run after the catch. And then when the big pass comes, like if they against Florida State, hits it. So let's get back to the basics with Carson Beck. If he has a good, efficient day, especially early, I think it's going to be a very fun day for Miami fans. And we've got a lot of guys in on offense, and we'll play good ball. If he struggles early, it's going to get tight. The pressure's going to get on. So I'll be watching number 15, Carson Beck. Well, not number 15 anymore.
I was going to say.
11. I know. Sorry, I got confused. Yeah. All these 15s, watching Mendoza and Ty Simpson.
What could have been?
No, we're doing number 11, baby. That's the Ken Dorsey number. We are good with number 11. Cloud Fleet Creation.
I'm a Beck guy.
Vibes are great for the Boa boys today. That's right. I was saying 11. I know.
Well, I don't know, Travis. Are you sure you didn't want to talk about number 15?
That's right. Number 15. That's Travis's
boy.
Guy. That's Travis's guy.
Oh, another. Oh no! This keeps happening to me. Dude. That was a different angle of the play, but we have 2 TVs here, and
we're disoriented at this point of the day. All these TVs, man.
Yeah, we've been going for 3 hours now.
We're getting the starting quarterback's numbers wrong.
Yep.
But there's a lot of action, man. Look at the whole Miss game was good. It was fun. I looked on paper, it didn't look that good, the games, but to watch them, USF was close. The SMU Wake finish was insane. Virginia, North Carolina was a great game. You look at this Ole Miss, Oklahoma down to the wire.
USF, that was not a good loss for them, as Kyle points out. They blew that one.
Yeah, that was a tough one. And UNC, really. And if you're UNC, you got to win that game. I mean, UNC had – that was
I mean, I commend them for going for 2. I didn't – the play call was kind of weird. I would have rolled him out. I mean, they were on the tight side of the field there, but he's a lefty, so it's tough.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great setup there for them, but I don't know. Just the running back could have extended the ball there at the end. He didn't.
And, that was their play, right? Because they were playing to win. So you think that was going to be their best their best play.
Yeah, El Rico just said it. He said UNC lost by an inch.
Yeah, it was almost like you were a young buck, but you've probably seen replays of it. St. Louis Rams.
Yeah, of course. Against the Titans. Yeah.
Yeah, just reaching for that touchdown.
Who was that? Was that
that was Kevin
Dyson?
Kevin Dyson.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Utah, I believe. And then the tackle was Jones. I forget the first name. Mark or Mike or something like that.
The linebacker.
Yeah, linebacker did a great job.
Yeah, I remember that.
Travis enjoyed this one. Yeah, I enjoyed it too, man. I know it's the Canes content is loose. We're just kind of chilling here at the Lick in Miami Gardens, getting ready for game. Probably gonna be a smooth trip to the game. It's about 5 minutes that way on 27th. So I'm full. I might eat again just so I don't have to eat at the game. I ate lunch here. I might just order some more fried broccoli, eat, and then ride because we're here, man. We got the best food around.
I don't blame you for that, man. I do not blame you for that one bit. But it's been great, man. So we got SMU next week. I'll be there in Dallas for that one. So maybe I bring the camera with me and I do some stuff from there. I know Mike will be there as well, so maybe I do something on that Saturday morning with Mike.
Could be. Travis Thomas saying, "Put Judd in, Dawson." Yeah. Cloudfleet knows, licking and chilling, man.
Yeah, man, we're kicking at the licking.
This is awesome. I mean, I know we obviously we get paid to say it, but Pete knows we believe it. Every time the second we hit the end screen, the first thing we're saying is like, "Man, that was good."
Yeah.
Man, I love those yams. Yeah. Man, I love that. I love that fried broccoli. I love those lamb chops. So
no, definitely.
Yeah, there you go. Broughton's at the house at Hard Rock and put him on Flip Watch.
Let me tell you something.
Or whatever commit watch. You already put it on them. You already put that on that watch.
I did on him and Milan Paris were my two guys on commit watch.
Milan Paris is an exciting player, man. Looking at him and Mueller, I like those guys. Midwest.
D.
Oh no, Doppler.
D. We haven't done this all day and
seeing some action.
I have some different. I have some different. I have to hit the refresh button here because I don't know what I just added here. I have some sort of purple.
Put it on. Let's get the meteorologist in the chat to tell us what we're doing.
Yeah, we are now looking at
Doppler radar time. 52 minutes in.
The National Weather Service.
Okay to Proctor. Ooh, stuffed.
Did they give it to him?
Yeah, straight carry, and he didn't do much. They got him low.
So here we go, man. I gotta say, I don't know what this purple thing is here.
Look.
Can't say I like it too much.
But look how much green there is on the other parts of the map. See, that's not that much green.
Yeah, I don't like this though, man. We got some systems. We got some systems coming from the west. Yeah, look at this, man. I don't know. Potential delay in play?
No, we're chilling.
We got some systems, man. I don't like those systems.
Those are scattered.
Just they're not systems that you want to be messing with. I'll tell you that much.
No, they're scattered. Here we go. Atomic Process is about the Discord.
I will. I'll drop the
great defense.
I'll drop the link in here for you real quick here.
Wow, unbelievable. So Ty Simpson threw a beautiful pass in the back of the end zone, finding Ryan Williams, just layering the ball beautifully. And Ryan Williams was about to do his midair ballet act and get his feet down, but then the South Carolina defenders pushed him out. Really athletic play by Williams, but good job by South Carolina on defense, and they're going for it. Chatter probably knows what happened, but
yeah,
we got good football going on, man. I'm excited. It's been a fun day. I hope the vibes continue tonight. Nice win, nice atmosphere. The systems, stay quiet. Oh, touchdown, Ty Simpson.
Hill saying Gabby reporting there's a secret visitor that is there. He can't report on.
Yep, there is.
Listen, there's been some good positive news this week with recruiting, man. So,
the only thing that kind of bums me out is you wish you had Jackson Cantwell here for Notre Dame or UF and stuff.
Yeah, because Cantwell is not seeing the. This is his first game. He was here last year. He was here last year for a game.
Yeah.
But
he was here for the Duke game, which is also not like the craziest game. But you know what, though? Hopefully he sees the offensive line just bury guys. Let's not mess around.
Gabby, there was a secret visitor, man. Could that be JoJo Trader?
No, I can report that, too. There's a secret visitor.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
There is a secret visitor. Good player. There's some good players on campus. That Mueller kid is talented. Milan Paris, I like both those guys quite a bit.
Drake Quinn this weekend too.
Upward trajectory guys. Doing a good job evaluating senior film.
All right, D. Well, we're going to wrap things up here from the Licking Hour 3. God, I miss this place, man. I miss this place. We were here last Friday, but Saturdays are different here. It's a wonderful vibe, wonderful feeling. Shout out to Taylene, Chef Don today. Chef Don whipped it up, man. Chef Don was on point. E-Class and the whole team here at the Licking Miami Gardens. Again, if you are not going to be able to make it now, we got a couple hours before game time here. After the game, pick up food on the way home. The Licking Miami Gardens, 17647 Northwest 27th Ave. You can do that on Uber Eats or whatever delivery service and just pick it up on the way home, man. So you guys don't want to miss the delicious food here at the Licking. We'll be back here in a couple weeks. What's the next home game, B?
I believe it's NC State, who's having a pretty interesting game at the moment. Let's see. I believe it's NC State, which is going to be a hometown game for CJ Bailey.
I gotta say, D, every time I look over to your laptop, you have Premier League on the front page of
you know what it is?
Of your ESPN.
I'm glad you brought that up. You know what that is? I went to England. I went to that wedding in Greece, so we stopped in England, and I logged into ESPN to see that Virginia FSU game, that Friday nighter, and the spooky game where Virginia was able to knock off FSU to start the collapse of the program. So anyways, when you log in, I guess, to ESPN in England, it gets your cookies all Englished out. So I get ESPN, you see, UK.
That's great.
So I have to like dig for college football.
No, it's amazing. I wish I need to set mine up on the same settings.
that NC State defense, by the way, is atrocious. They got some good offensive players. Justin Jolly, a tight end, is going to be a pro.
Justin Jolly's good.
2 touchdowns.
Wait, that's the tight end?
Number 7.
Oh,
he's good.
Interesting.
What? I didn't say it was bad.
No. I'm not saying you said he was bad.
Hollywood Smothers.
I'll tell you after the show.
Oh, okay. All right. But very talented player, future pro. Shout out to D-Money Doppler Pete. T knows, great food, man. That's what it is. I'm about to order right now. I'm trying to start, like, I'm gonna do like intermittent fasting. I didn't eat breakfast. I'm just gonna eat all my food now and then I'll be chilling.
And then you're done, and then you don't eat until like 10 in the morning tomorrow,
Come right back for breakfast, man. I'm sure they'll hold it down. I think they're open at lunch still, right? They're not doing breakfast.
I don't think not breakfast yet.
We'll be there at 12. No. Anyways, again, appreciate you guys joining us. Like and subscribe to the show. Beat Stanford, baby. 1-0. Go Canes.
Go Canes.